Hello YouTube, Sharps 1874 here, and I'm back at the reloading bench. Today I'm working on sizing some 223 brass. I've got a few done, but not all of them. And for the beginner who's just getting into reloading, I mean, we all like the 223. Yeah, it's fun to shoot. And if you shoot a lot of it, it gets expensive, so people want to reload. Well, if you reload, there's some things you need to know about sizing, because the 223 brass has some characteristic that you got to know what you're doing if you're going to reload it. So I'm going to readjust the camera. We're going to talk about some do's and don'ts on reloading 223 brass and how to protect your die and protect your brass. And hang on, we'll be right back. All right, when you size 223 brass, it's important where you get the lubricant and how much lubricant you get on, because you can either damage your die, you can get the brass stuck. Well, you probably won't damage your die, but you could get your brass stuck in the die, and that is a pain in the butt. I may do another video about how to remove that, but that'll be a separate video. But you can also damage your brass. So this pad has been lightly lubed, and I'm going to put a little bit of lube on that, on the brass there. Goes into the cartridge, and it's a nice, smooth, even stroke, and everything's good to go. Now, I'm going to take this piece of brass, and you know what? It's in pretty good shape. I'm going to put some extra lube down and show you the problem that happens if you put on too much. Okay, I'm going to roll this in the lube. Probably can't see it, but this is sticky gooey. Now I'm going to size it. It goes up in there nice, really easy to go up in, but look what happened. See those indents? So if you put on too much lube on the body of the brass, it gets caught up in there, and so you're pinching the neck, you're pinching this, and there's lube in there, and the hydraulic pressures exerted cause that brass to do that. The other thing you don't ever want to do is you don't want to put lube on the neck. You want to keep that clean. Now look up in here. So this one's a toss in the can. I'm going to remove, at least distribute that lube across my pad now. And I'm going to check one to see if we've got the right amount of lube or not enough. Nope, still too much lube. So we're just going to get rid of that. And there could be some lube inside there. So I'm going to take one. That's okay. That will work. Yep, we're okay. All right, now, what you want to be careful of is to not get too little lube on. So you can tell if you've got too little lube on. I'm just going to run a few of these. And I check every single one after I do it to make sure that it's okay. Okay, that one has started to get tight. And you won't be able to see on the camera, but you can see where it has just started to neck down the size of the neck. So I'm going to put a little bit of lube on there. Now we'll go up in there, and yeah, that's perfect. So, don't have too much, don't have too little, don't put lube on the neck. So let me just run a few, and I'll do it in speeded up motion. Okay, there you have it for some tips on sizing 223 brass. Remember, be careful when you size. Be careful when you reload. Make sure you follow all the rules and safety guidelines, and be sure you know what you're doing when you reload. Reloading is fun. I'm Sharps 1874, and I thought you might like to know.